Where you located?
Yo, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, that's what's up.
Jacksonville, I appreciate you sitting in with me in the court and the hip hop here as we got it going, man. We have Akon here locked in with me and in the building, man. I appreciate you, brother.
No, absolutely, man. My pleasure.
Man, I was taking a listen a few times to your new record, Beautiful Day. And with the climate of the country and everything right now, man, it seems like to be a record to give a boost to anybody who's feeling down or just giving them some optimism from going forward, man. So it's like perfect time.
Right. Nah, for sure, man. I think it was necessary, especially the frequency where music is so low right now. I feel like the opportunity was necessary, man. So needed, bro.
Yes, definitely. I peeped the video and it brought me to this question, man. Where did you film that video?
Well, it's a collage of a whole bunch of different themes that we actually put together. The main performance shot was in Brazil, though, but as I was traveling, me and my team were just grabbing shots that we felt like would be perfect for the video, and we kind of collaged it up together in a matter of months.
Got it, got it. Yeah, I'll check
Yeah.
it out, and I'm looking at the locations, and I didn't know if you was in Africa or if
Yeah,
you. I
it's
know where
everywhere.
all
It's
this
all
was,
over,
man. The,
man.
the visuals, it just went along with the song beautifully, man, and it's a good record, man. It's a feel good record, and it gives that feeling of just feeling good and just having that peace and what it feels like for people to come together and just move on and have a good day, man. It's a good record.
No, absolutely, man.
It
Absolutely.
it brings me to this question. What prompted you to jump back into music, man? I know it's been a while since you've put some music out, as far as a body of work or anything. Like what
Right.
makes you jump back into it?
I think it was the passion of it. I was in Africa for a minute because I took a hiatus away from the music side of it. But then, of course, with anything that you love, it's always going to be that missing piece in your life. No matter how good things are going, when you're not focused on that or that part of it is not being entertained within your day-to-day activities, you're going to feel like something is missing. And that's how I felt about music. When I came back to the States, I was listening to music and I was listening to the radio and everything else. And it was just nothing on the radio that motivated me. Everything was just so negative, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm watching the content of all the music and seeing the repercussions of it. I'm seeing all these drill rappers dying, and it
Yeah.
was just a lot. And then on the girl side, female side, I feel like this probably been the most vibrant for female MCs ever in hip hop. I've never seen so many girls put on in hip hop doing it so big in hip hop, but I feel like there was an opportunity that they was also missing because all they was talking about was ass and titties. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I
So
mean, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we discussed this with the camp a lot, about the balance
yeah.
of music and where it's at right now. And I feel like there's a need for everything when there's a good balance. And it seems
When
like
there's a good balance.
you
Absolutely.
know, yeah, because
Absolutely.
I try to listen to a little bit of everything, but it seems like the variety of it is not there.
It's not that many choices, right?
Yeah, it seems like everybody is on one wave and then this wave and then
Exactly.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely understand that. But not only did it bring a new song, it brought a new body of work, a new project. Can you tell me what
Yeah.
what how that came about and when should we be expecting that if you have a date or a
No,
time?
no, absolutely. So right now I am dropping it in February. It's called Not Guilty. It's a brand new album. So Akon's Beautiful Day, the single is actually attached to an album, a whole full body of work. And that album is pretty much I just want to kind of just change the waves of where music is right now and give another option, like you said, a balance towards what's happening right now. Because I think normally, you know how the business is. It's a bandwagon type of riding business. So the
Definitely.
moment something positive actually projects number one on the Billboard charts, then all the other artists will start making more positive records that kind of know that okay, this is something that's actually working. So let me move into that wave. And I just want to be able to shift the wave a little bit.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
if you having a great ear for music, whether it's producing, songwriting, what should we expect off this album? With you saying that you're inspired in a way of the lack thereof in the music industry and what brought you about this, like what can we expect?
Well, of course, just expect real records, man, that have real content, things that people can actually relate to on a day-to-day basis, and also something that they can take 15, 20 years from now, go back to it, and it'll remind them of a special moment in their life around this time right now. I just want to be able to bring music that brings and creates memories again. You know what I'm
Definitely. And
saying?
even when it seemed like you were taking a hiatus from music, we were not like you wasn't a ghost. We seen your face, we seen
Right.
your interviews, and you speak candidly and honest about a lot of things. It brings me to this question. how is it for you as a person that's been around before before the social media resurgence and everything? How is it for you adapting into this new world of how music is consumed via internet, with
Right.
TikToks and, things going viral? How do you manage to figure it out? you know,
Well, that's the thing. I think technology is just it moves so fast, and it can be complicated if you try to figure it out. You kind of almost have to let it develop as it is and as it goes. And I always felt like the idea of music going viral just stems from being just good music, And I think there is a mechanism to it, an algorithm that's actually attached. If you understand how it all works, that you can be a great marketeer and make a record that normally wouldn't go anywhere become the most viral thing out there. But then there's also the aspect of naturalism as well too. So anything that's great that people gonna naturally, that people gonna naturally attach themselves to when it comes to something relative is going to also go viral. But it has to be something that the world can actually all agree on. And good music is always one of those things where a hit record is always going to find its way. So I'm more of an old fashionist when it comes to that. I just want to give good music, drop it, and then let it take its place wherever it's supposed to.
Yeah, and I feel like you have a way of not feeding into the negativity because from
Right.
even with me noticing from me doing a weekly show, you may see comments and stuff, people saying crazy things. You can
Oh
tell
yeah.
control or when people are just wanting to be negative. And when you do your interviews and some people may not agree with your takes, do you be a person that actually at first got into it with like battling through that negativity and comments, or you always just like, man, I don't care about none of that, because some
Yeah,
artists
because
battle with that sometimes.
one thing I've mastered the art of not focusing on things you can't control.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I think when you try to control things that you can't control, it puts you in a deeper space, first of all. And then more than anything, it's a waste of time and energy because you can't control how someone thinks or what they're going to do or how they feel. All you can do is give them a different point of view and just hope they adapt themselves to it or take the time to understand it so that way they can make a different decision. But for the most part, you can only just do what you feel is right or express what you feel at that moment is something that's worth sharing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Yeah,
Because even self, I try not to look into it because at the end of the day, you're coming here to watch me, you know,
right. You know
and
what I'm saying?
you know what
Right,
I'm saying. Hey,
right.
I'll take the engagement, good or bad, man. But if you keep on,
Yeah, take
you
it.
must be a fan, brother.
I promise you. And guess what?
Yeah.
Sometimes it ain't even bad. Sometimes it may seem harsh or it may seem like they hating, but that's really their opinion. So I take all that and I'll be like, okay, cool. Maybe on the next one, there's maybe if I do this or that, it'll give him a different perspective of how he see it. You know what I mean? So sometimes just because somebody don't like it or somebody's not rocking with it, don't mean they hating on it. They just not rocking on it. There's a lot of things that I don't particularly like, but I don't hate on it because I don't like it. I just don't personally like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like if you're a consumer of anything, I treat it as art. Art is interpreted in different ways. The way I view
Right.
it, the way somebody else view it.
It's all in the so yep, it's all in the receiver.
And I do see now that there are haters though. There are gonna be
Oh
people that
yeah.
have
That's
made the art to find fun in that.
right.
The hater is now being congratulated now, and so it is something of that that's going on, and that we can't ignore either. But
Now social media is the hub for haters. That's where they live.